Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. And returning to the channel, we have Ben Gregson with Ojama. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely fantastic, especially after winning an event
with this madness.
I wouldn't say best deck, but it's pretty cool.
It's good fun, right? That's the important thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us about the general premise of this deck.
Right, so there's a card in the top right corner of the deck list called Ojama Blue, right?
Yep.
And basically this card says, if you crash this into a monster with 2700 attack, you tend to win. Because all the decks in the game are setting up like 2 negates in a bounce, or like 1.5 a follow-up.
Yep.
And the main aim of this deck is just to take advantage of that. Crash Ojama Blue or Rescue Cow, whatever, into your opponent's monsters. And then main phase 2, make a big board that your opponent can't break.
Okay.
So
what's the board that you normally make after that?
So the usual end board is Appaloosa, APC Dragon Buster plus IP Masquerena. Okay. After drawing about 8 cards off of Saryujas.
Wow.
So, and also if you open Rescue Cat, you can end on Zeus as well, because you can make Joyous Melfies and swing directly with that and then make a Zeus on top of it versus all the background decks.
Okay. So you got the option there. That's nice. So is it quite reliant on opening like Dark Ruler Droplet?
I mean, every match throughout the entire event, I'm pretty sure I opened Dark Ruler or Droplet in some capacity, but you can do stuff without it.
Okay.
But having the very, very strong like board breaker cards is quite instrumental to any blind second strategy. So
yeah, absolutely. And you didn't consider the other things like putting your Lightning Storm in the main, or I don't know, even Mystic Mine or something?
Those were like considerations. So the person I originally built the deck with, his name's Usman Musa. You've probably heard him on the channel. He's like one of the biggest Zephyr players.
Yep.
He sent me his original deck list, and he was on like main deck kaijus and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I genuinely just wanted to target Dragon Link as hardly as I possibly could, because going into the event, I knew there was 4 Dragon Link players going in, minimum.
Yep.
So it was a case of this deck is very, very powerful, shotgunning second against all the really, really like mediocre combo decks. Okay. So I made it with that in mind. The double Twin Twisters was a bit of an odd selection, but Twin Twisters discards Ojama Magic, which actually triggers and searches you 3 vanillas.
Yes.
Which you can then combo with Ojama Red to be able to do stuff with, so there was like no downside to really playing Twin anyway.
Okay, that's cool. And then I guess the only other aspect of the deck is what happens with the Thunder Dragons? What do you do with them? Because obviously you send them to help you get which one is it? Ojama Simulation or the other one?
So Ojama Match searches the Arm Dragons and an Ojama monster by sending an Ojama card.
Okay.
So the reason you're playing the Arm Dragons is because they allow you to get to LP and Pisty after you've started doing your combo.
Okay. And then that's just
so you can make like... Yeah, it's just link fodder to be able to get to multiple Saryujas to be able to meet you.
Yeah.
The reason I'm playing the 1 level 3 and the 2 Arm Dragon Thunders is because I own the level 3 in Ultimate Rare, but I don't own the 2. So I played the Thunders instead. There's no other reason to play Thunders. I just happen to own 1 Ultimate Rare in Italian.
Okay. So you could literally just play 3 of the normal one then.
Yeah, but like just for flex purposes. And nothing else.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Any other comments on the main deck?
The main deck was completely fine. There was the consideration for playing like a main deck Imperial Order.
Yeah.
Because after you start doing your quote-unquote Ojama combos, which is just link climbing into every single copy of Saryuja in your deck and hoping it gets you somewhere. It would have been nice to have like a floodgate that I could draw to do something with.
Yeah.
To beat like opposing Dark Rulers, which are in people's main decks, but other than that, I didn't really have any the main at all.
Okay, sure. And do you know what you would cut to fit in the order, or is it just too difficult at this point to figure out?
Oh, I just cut Call by the Grave for order, immediately. Because like the only things they'd hand trap, they're hand trapping in the battle phase anyway, so it's not hugely relevant.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Right, so extra deck, obviously double ABC because it's good to be able to summon it more than once. Zeus is great. You've got the Melfi option there, and then everything else is kind of just like link laddering, right?
Yeah, it's all link laddering stuff. The cool thing about the extra is you can always guarantee a draw off of Cerberus because you Spider first.
Okay. And you played the Underworld Goddess. How did you find that? Because there's so many
That card
materials.
was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It outed 2 Avramaxes. It outed a Blackluster Soldier Link. Your Appaloosa runs out of negates and then you link it off IP afterwards. Like, it's stupid strong in situations where you wouldn't think it comes up, especially because nobody's expecting to play it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's very
You sat across them playing Ojamas and they're like, oh, you've got like a £10 budget.
Budget main deck. And then
yeah.
Apart from your Arm Dragon, and then you're like, actually, no.
Yeah, I mean, like, the decks... Ojama Blue's really highly priced right now. I think they're like £8 each.
I mean, that's not even that high, right? So what main deck core is under 40. Like...
Yeah, but then, you know, you don't need a real budget.
Side decks, so you got the third twin, the floodgates you can draw into, triple strike. Why'd you go for strike? Is this just generic first turn trap?
Yeah. So strike was just like the common denominator between cards that do something in every single matchup.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where I was debating playing Time Space Trap Hole as an out game.
Okay.
But we just decided on strike. It was the definitive best option after a while.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And then you got the Storms for the back row decks, the Kaiju for the decks that... I assume this is for decks that end on Dragoon, but I don't know.
Dragoon or the Wind Barrier Statue or any other thing. So.
Or decks that just end on a defense position monster.
You know what? That's really relevant. It's really relevant because this deck can't do anything when your opponent does nothing.
Yeah,
so,
if they just set a monster, you lose.
Like, I played a game against Guru Control, and I probably wouldn't have won that game if I didn't open Gadala. So
okay. So would you play more Kaiju in the future, or is that like so few people?
I mean, I was pretty happy with the set amount. Like, the thing about this deck is, it's very much one of those things where I don't think I'll ever pick it back up again, and I just built it for a meme.
Yeah.
But if you are planning on playing this deck, you know, go ahead, play more Kaijus, because it might be the correct line. But this was very much a one-time thing, and I just happened to do very, very well in 2 local events.
So if we wanted to stop people from ever being able to do well with it in the future, what's the weak point of the deck? How do you beat it?
You can Mirror Force Ojama Blue in it.
But most people aren't playing Mirror Force, right?
Oh, you just don't play the game, and then because you don't play the game, they can't play the game, and then you just kill them. Yeah. Like I legit think this deck's only bad matchup is like Paleo, because they just don't do anything turn 1, and then you're sat there with a bunch of like 0 attack vanillas that don't really do anything.
Yeah. And if
you
they
don't
get
open
Dupe Frog
Rescue
out, then you can only attack the Dupe Frog.
Yeah, I mean, like, your only good turn 1 play going first is normal summon Rescue Cat and then hope it resolves, like...
This is reminding me of a certain national championship. Cool. So, anything exciting about your matchups that you played?
I beat every deck that's relevant in the meta, which is really funny. So across the 2 tournaments, I beat 4 Dragon Link, 2 Dogmatica Shaddoll, 2 Dinosaur, 1 random Paleozoic, which I'm still a bit petrified by, 1 Subterra Glue Control, and the other 2 matchups, they were Bird Up, sorry, the Lirilusk Tri-Brigade deck.
Yeah.
Just the incorrect version that isn't the Zoo version, but we won't.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, thanks very much for coming on and sharing your list. Have you got shout-outs you want to make?
My channel's almost 1k subs, so if you wouldn't mind coming on over and saying hello, that'd be sick. We're like 14 away.
Nice.
Also, massive shout out to Usman Musa and everybody in the Discord for helping me out with the deck list. And that's it, pretty much.
Cool. Well, thanks very much for coming on and for sharing your insights on the list. Congratulations on making your meme. And
I mean, best way to be.
Yeah,
if it's anything like my last profiles where like Buster Blader became meta and Tri Brigade Zoo became meta, this would be the most amazing YuGiOh in a long time. So.
Can you imagine? I'm playing a deck that has 6 vanilla monsters in it, and it is now meta.
If this becomes better, I'll be done with it.
Cool.
I think I'll have achieved everything I've wanted to achieve.
Exactly. Cool, thanks, Ben. And we'll see you around.
Cheers, man.